Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, interesting. Today I have two articles coming from the Pontiff, the Pope, about the Pope. One talking about wanting to visit Kiev and Moscow together in the same time. And I suggested that he should go to Washington if he really wants to do something constructive, but he didn't listen to me. That's an article that I used for another video, and here we have him again hitting harder with some of his assessments of life, and that is related to gender identity. So we have this article here from Russia Today, which reads, Pope Francis speaks out on gender ideology. This is from March 11, 2023. The Pontiff has warned that transgenderism is one of the, and I'm quoting the Pope, most dangerous ideological colonizations, end quote. So did you hear that? This is what the Pope said. The Pope, the leader of the Catholic Church, said that transgenderism is one of the most dangerous ideological colonizations. So Pope Francis reiterated his opinion to transgender opposition. Let me read again. Pope Francis reiterated his opposition to transgenderism on Friday, warning that it's a, and I'm quoting, dangerous ideology, and arguing that its proponents are naive if they believe they're on the, and I'm quoting, path to progress, end quote. Well, I think he is a very, very extreme guy right here. Is he about to die or something? Because usually when people, lose their job or go somewhere else or about to die, then they start saying what they really believe in, So anyway, and I'm quoting again the Pope, my honor. Gender ideology today is one of the most dangerous ideological colonizations, the Pope said in an interview to Argentina's La Nación newspaper, and I'm quoting again the Pope. Why is it dangerous? Because it blurs differences and the value of men and women. Quote, unquote. The Pontiff has repeatedly spoken out against gender theory over the years, even as he has emphasized the need to be welcoming and provide pastoral care for transgender people. For instance, he has likened gender ideology to nuclear arms and genetic manipulation, and he has warned that it's part of a, and I'm quoting, global war, end quote, against marriage and the family. Wow. And he's still in the European Union, in Rome? He should be outcast to the moon. He has frequently used the term, and I'm quoting, ideological colonization, end quote, in reference to cases in which influential organizations and governments require developing countries to accept abortion, contraception, and Western values, before they can receive aid money. Well, these Western values, it seems like there's a clique in Brussels of a few guys, which I don't know exactly who they are, who determined for all of us what are the Western values. And they tell us what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. Isn't that something? Just think about it. You got a few people over there, nameless. Who's the person exactly who tells us, well, from now on, we're not going to call midgets midgets. We're going to call them little people because it's insulting. What? And if you use the first term, then you are a bigot. If you use the second one, you're a nice guy. But it's the same, that's not going to change the condition. Like the Inuit and whatever is the other term, it escapes me right now. Eskimo. So you can't say Eskimo anymore, you have to say Inuit. I don't want to say, I say whatever I want. There's not going to change the condition. The same, you can't call someone fat, but you have to call that person big or big boned. Why? I mean, some people dictate, and then you say, well, some people feel offended. Well, if you go by that, I feel offended by people being around me. So it means when I'm going to go to the store, everybody has to leave the store because Mr. Cosman is showing up. I mean, I can feel offended at every second. Does it mean that it has to be changed? I mean, it's not going to change the condition. You don't like the condition, what? And besides, there are people who really are just bad. What do you want to do with them? You want to arrest them? You want to put them in special camps? Re-educate them? Anyway, it's just a travesty of Western values. For example, he lamented, the Pope, the Catholic bishops in 2016 that school children were being taught that they can choose their gender. And I'm quoting, "Why are they teaching this? Because the books are provided by the people and institutions that give you money." It was not a question mark, end quote. That was what he said. So the Pope said, why are they teaching this? Because the books are provided by the people and institutions that give you money, end quote. The Pope told La Nación that transgenderism ignores inescapable differences between men and women. And I'm quoting again the Pope. "All humanity is the tension of differences," end quote, he said. And I'm quoting again, "It is to grow through the tension of differences. The question of gender is diluting the differences and making the world the same, all dull, all alike. And that is contrary to the human vocation," end quote. Man, look at this guy. What is going to happen to him? Going to arrest him tonight? The Congregation for Catholic Education, the Vatican office that provides official guidance to Catholic schools, issued a document in June 2019 dismissing gender ideology as, and I'm quoting, "nothing more than a confused concept of freedom in the realm of feelings and wants." Oh, end quote. Oh my God. I gotta memorize that. It added that such theories seek to, and I'm quoting, "annihilate the concept of nature." Oh my God. Is signed Adolf? No. Oh, the Pope Francis. Jesus. Jesus, oh, Pits. What's going on here? I always, not always, but I had this kind of reproach to people who really are powerful and apparently they cannot be, influenced or changed or dismissed, or like the Pope, and or a billionaire. And I always I wondered many times why these people don't really speak their mind, and they sometimes have a little Freudian slip of the tongue, and you realize exactly what they think about the subject, but they're afraid to say it. And then they apologize, but it's too late. It's too late, and I don't understand, what do you have to lose in that position? I mean, I understand that a person like, a regular person has to lose, because you can, if you're employed somewhere, or if you work for the government, or you work for an institution that, has something to do with the government, then you can't talk. You can't talk. You cannot. Because if you really say, well, I disagree with that, I don't think that's better than that one, and you give arguments, logical, they're not understood, and not listened to, and you're just dismissed. You lose your job. And losing your job, you lose your way of surviving, and your family is going to lose a way of surviving, because you can't get money to feed them. And you're going to get another job where? I mean, I'm not talking about, digging holes. Okay, I dug holes, and I can speak whatever I want over there. Nobody would care. They will not fire me for saying crazy stuff, But if you want to have a job a little bit higher than that, you're going to reach this point where you have to watch how you address a crazy. You can't say, this guy is freaking crazy. No, you have to say, well, he's got some, you can't even say issues, because issues means, what do you mean by that? You have to watch. It's obvious this guy is crazy or oligophrenic. This guy is oligophrenic. Oh my God, you get fired for that. Is that true? Here is kindness takes the first spot in reality. I mean, and then you were not kind, but was I truthful? It doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is, was you kind? What kind of society that is? Kind according to whom? To you? Why are you the one in charge of telling me what's kind and what's not? because that's actually a subjective feeling. I feel that you're kind with me based on my assessment of you. Now, if I'm a pig, you will never be kind enough for me. You know what I mean? Or if I will be a person very, very sensitive, you're never going to be, you know, or maybe a narcissist. A narcissist will never think that people around them are kind enough. So what do we do? We change the gauge to the narcissist? What are we doing? So here with the Pope, he can say whatever he wants. I guarantee you that the Pope is not what we think is the Pope over there. Blah, 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 blah. No, it's an institution. And I guarantee you that people who guard the Pope don't answer to him, like the people in the Secret Service around the President of the United States don't answer to the President of the United States. If they receive an order, they will complete the order. You know what I mean? So all these guys, oh my God, I have guards here. Those are not your guards. They're not your family. They're not your good friends, even good friends. They're guards paid by you pay someone else, and that gives order. Those employees, not yours. If they tell them that you are a national security threat and you have to be helped to, they will do it. They will not think, well, let me think, this is a nice guy, he's the president, or he's this and this. Is it true? He's not going to ask the question in his brain, is it true? If he received the order or the case, whatever he's receiving, he breaks it, eats it first, and then he does whatever he is ordered to. And the Pope says this kind of things. I'm pretty sure that a lot of things they think the same way or say the same thing, but I understand people who are really strong. Look at Elon Musk. He talks certain things, and then people are like, oh my God, and he's mild. He is mild. What these guys said here, the Catholics, the blah, 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 that's straight there. No if, buts, let me think, what's the interpretation, you know? But Elon Musk is mild, and everybody's, oh my God, where is that freedom of speech going? Well, it's going to take the third place. The kindness is the one. And again, I'm not going to go to kindness. I already explained. It's a subjective interpretation of reality and how I want to be fondled on my balls, for instance. If you're not fondled nicely, that means you're not kind enough. I mean, really? What about you? What do you want? What about your interpretation of reality? Why is always the victims, not the victim, the person who cries victim is always, oh, it should be the way. Like you go somewhere and everybody do what the victim wants, or not the victim, the whining of the group. I always hated that when I was going in certain kind of activities and you have the whiner. You stay home next time. Oh, we have to stop here. Oh, we have to do this. Oh, you don't belong here. You belong with other people that are weak. With those, you stay with them. You want all of us to turn weak all of a sudden because of you. I understand you have to have heart here and there, but when you have to accomplish a mission, you accomplish it, and you're trained to do it, or you're gonna do it. You don't just, and everybody says, oh, okay, we'll stay here and wait for Gigi until Gigi catches up with his breathing. You should not have been here in the first place. No, you stay here. You're not going to endanger the whole thing because of you. Let's move on. Let's go. You stay here, back up. And if we find you alive or dead, what am I supposed to do? Go back. Go to mommy. Anyway, so here's the Pope. Oh my God, is he still alive? Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.